Good evening, folks, and welcome to Cooking with Dan Muzzy. My name is Janet Rapasardi-Hunt, and I will be your host this evening in Dan's Kitchen with Dan.
Hey, gang.
Hey, Dan.
Hello, hello. What's up?
How you doing?
Not
Summer's
bad.
over, babe.
I know. The fall tour now starts
Oh, yes.
on the golf course. Everything gets weird. You can play the fivesomes, sixsomes. The action will be flying. I'm sold my wallet.
Oh, no.
I thought you were having a good year.
Yeah, how's
Actually,
your wallet been doing? I thought it was
Not
doing
really.
pretty well.
I've been going to the wallet a little more than I should this year.
I know it.
It's becoming a trend.
That's because the price of golf has increased, correct?
Well, I don't know.
Just like everything.
I don't know. I'm getting worse as I get older. Thank God for the card table.
But your handicap goes up.
Yeah, you pay on the way up, and you collect on the way down. You know, that's amazing. You know, you win 2 matches in a row. Everybody forgets about the 4 you lost in a row. You know. But yeah, I'm really not having a good year. But yet we can bail it out. Always bail it out with the fall tour. So I'm a late bloomer. So I was just going to whip up a couple dishes that. I get a lot of people talk to me on the street or in the restaurant, about just basically how to saute a chicken dish. Put some chicken breasts in a pan and that sort of thing. My goddaughter Christina, she wanted to talk about how we do these franchise dishes. I was going to do a shrimp franchise for her. Tightening up the sauce. That's the key thing, getting your pan temperature and reduction. I was going to do a chicken dish that Mom could do. It's a salad and chicken combination is what it is. And we're going to toss an arugula salad together and saute some breaded chicken breast in olive oil. Once again, we're going to saute the regular chicken breast, the unbreaded chicken breast. We're going to saute it in the lighter oil because we're going to finish that dish with a little butter. So, should we start?
So, let's start.
I'm hungry already, Dan.
Yeah, you're going to get a good lunch today.
Good. Oh, brother.
Going to get a good lunch today.
It looks good.
All right. So what should I do? At least I'll crack some eggs in here for this
Okay.
franchise dish. Yeah, pan temperature is so important with the sauteing. It's important too, I think, especially we do it here at my place all the time, but it's important for someone to maybe have their oven on while they're doing this sort of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you leave an oven on 250 or 300 degrees, or actually, 200 to 250. You won't be cooking something, but if you need to hold it for a couple minutes, you didn't want it to get cold, you're a little slower at what you're doing.
Okay.
Always
a good
have the
idea.
oven on. Just put something in, like these breaded chicken cutlets here. You can sear them off, and you can't abuse this thing. You can't go cooking this off ahead of time. It means a lot to do that right there, but you can put it on a little metal pan and put it in the oven while you're finishing a couple things up, cleaning something up, or something you forgot, an ingredient, tossing the salad together to put on it. So it's always a good holding area.
Do it a little ahead and keep it warm.
Right. Well, it's almost not. See, that's just it too. You don't want to do it ahead. It's
Too
almost
much
like
ahead.
it's almost
Right-
it's just
right
a
there.
bailout.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I forgot. And you got the oven right there. Put it in the oven for a second. You're thinking blue sky, but somehow or other things end up messing up. I guess I'll cook this chicken dish first. We're gonna put our pan on. There we go. Let it get hot.
Okay.
We'll turn this fan down a little bit. See if we can get rid of some of the noise. It is better to get the pan hot and then put the oil in. I'll try to do that as much as I can, but I just no-brained it. It's better for the oil. It cooks a little better. We're going to make what I call a chicken Florentine. Anytime you're hearing the word Florentine, it's usually going to have spinach involved.
Okay.
Every time you hear something involving Genovese, somehow or other basil showing up.
Oh.
You hear, if you hear alla romana, you're going to hear, a lot of times you're going to see anchovy show up. I put that right side up. Those sorts of things, they're just common to the dishes. But I'm going to flour some chicken cutlets here.
Okay.
We did split them. We trimmed the fat off them. We tapped them down a little bit. Because sometimes you don't want them too thick, I don't think. You do whatever you want. But, you just want to flatten them where, if you put them in too thick, then you're going to have to, I forgot the oil.
That would
Where
help.
is the oil? Yeah.
There we go.
you put them in too thick, you're going to have to sear them and maybe finish them in the oven, because if you try to finish something in a pan that's that thick, it's going to dry out, you know. We're going to put that skin side down. I think I can see it. Yeah. You always want to put skin side down on fish fillets, chicken like that. You don't want to do it rib side. You just get a prettier look on top. And we're going to put a little too much oil once again. And we're going to cook these on a high flame, saute. You know, you want to finish this stuff fast. Rapido.
And actually putting the oil in and getting it warm before you put the cutlets in helps.
Yes.
Helps so that they don't stick to the pan. Is that correct too? So.
Right. And this is especially getting the pan hot before you put the oil in is especially helpful at home, because sometimes your ranges don't have as much thrust as some of our as many
that's true, the
BTUs as these
thing.
burners.
Right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, those get pretty hot pretty quickly.
We're going to end up putting a piece of prosciutto on these cutlets. I guess we'll try it like that. A little prosciutto on each
Cutting
cutlet.
that into 3 slices, one for each.
Yep. We're going to cook this most of the way on the first side.
Right.
This is a little thicker here, this piece, so I'm going to set that in the pan a hair longer. I should get that Parmesan cheese.
Right.
I'm going to turn this off for 1 second. Actually, I'm going to put these cutlets up like that. I'm going to put the lid on there so that the heat passes through. I'm going to sneak in our box over here. Excuse me, folks. Alrighty.
Okay.
Got to find somewhere to toss this. Ready as usual over here, Uncle Dan.
Just getting rid of a little excess oil.
We
there.
got some great color on the bottom of the pan here. It's going to be the base of our sauce. I'm going to add a little minced garlic to that. You can buy this stuff in a jar or crush your own. Going to add a little vino blanco, a little white wine. That's going to deglaze the bottom of the pan. Get some of this good stuff up into the sauce. That was a nice natural chicken stock. It's also the base of our soups. Right there's our stock. It's important to the flavor. All right, it's a nice smell, huh?
Oh, it is. I was thinking that. That
Got
is
wine
just
and garlic.
heavenly. I love that.
I'm gonna add a little salt, a little pepper. Alrighty, we'll put the prosciutto on the top. I'm gonna put just enough to get the job done. You don't want it taking the dish over. There we go, that was enough. Save that for a rainy day.
And prosciutto has a pretty potent,
Yeah,
potent
this is
flavor.
it. You don't want to take it over.
No.
All right, I'm going to make sure. I'm going to put some cheese on the top of this, so I'm making sure there's a little liquid on top there, so that when I reduce this dish, you got this nice Parmesan cheese
that's
that
going to melt nicely.
this will melt nicely. Some of these cheeses, like I've said before on the show, you can cook them all day, and they're not going to melt because they're not really cheese.
That's true. It's only real cheese in Dan's kitchen.
Yeah, well, true. No, I'm telling you. It's very easy to skimp on the old family recipe. Let's put it that way. All right, now I've got some spinach that I've wilted. I don't want to dominate with this either, all right? I'm looking for a little white space as well. We try to steam it off so that, it's wet and moist, but it's not all, sogged out with huge hunks of white garlic in it,
Yeah, spinach can get a little soggy if you're not careful.
Right, if you're not careful. All right. Normally we'd have that a little warmer. All right, this is just about melted. You want to be careful not to, cook it, cook out the chicken. So we want to get this on and off get the chicken out of the pan as rapidly as possible. I think that's melted enough. I'm going to put each piece on here with a piece of prosciutto. Whoops.
Nice.
Alrighty. introduce our sauce.
Oh, that aroma is really wonderful.
Yeah, I love that. With the hot pan, the white wine, the garlic, and that chicken base in the pan. Nice.
Very nice.
And then we're going to finish this with a little butter. Like I said, you got that combination, and the key being that chicken broth. You know, you can buy these things as College Inn brand and whatever else you can get at the these cubes, Weller's cubes, chicken cubes or something.
Right.
And but there's no substitute for stock. Get that restaurant quality flavor.
What everybody's trying to achieve, Dan.
That's right.
All right, now these butter pieces show up a little larger on camera than they really are. One guy thought I was putting a hunk of lard in the pan. Not happening. I should have
Two
gotten rid
small
of
little cubes, folks.
Yeah,
Right?
but they
Two
show up.
small
Certain
little
things
cubes.
show up on the camera a little more pronounced than the other.
Like our bodies.
Yes.
I think it has something to do with that little feature called zoom in.
All right, we're gonna reduce that.
The camera makes butter looks 10 pounds heavier, Dan.
Doesn't make you look thinner, I'll tell you that. I did put a little more stock in here than usual. I like using the side of the pan to reduce this. That's what we're doing, we're evaporating it. The taste is getting more concentrated.
Just
And
a little
usually we
more,
would have
right?
this on a very hot plate.
Mm-hmm.
So that would help reduce it as well, okay? So we're creating not a broth, but something kind of in between, you know? And that's what a real sauce is. And I don't want to put this, I want to kind of cover the white space here. I'm going to strain this on only because I had a little shrapnel in there. Like I said, a nice
That
a nice
is
hot
nice.
plate would reduce this sauce a little more. I've got a few pieces of artichoke here I'm going to garnish the top with.
Oh, very pretty.
I think we need that old third color in there, don't you?
I think so this time. Yep.
Yeah, we got a little of that
There we go.
paprika. Here we go. What do you think? How I could do that?
Just around the rim, I think, is all you need.
Right. There we go. There's our chicken Florentine.
Okay. What are we doing next?
All right, this is from my goddaughter Christina. We got some eggs whipped up here in a pan. You can do this with pork, veal, chicken, shrimp. We're gonna do it with shrimp. Got some nice sized shrimp here. What'd
Now,
you
what
say?
size are those? Do you know?
These are U15s, and they're
Okay.
beautiful U15s.
Yeah, they really are.
I'll tell you, these shrimp we've been getting have just been primo. Primo. And I guess I'll get our pan on. Get it nice and hot. Got our ingredients over here. We are once again going to put a little flour on here. Dredge it into flour. We're going to put the inside down first.
Oh,
That's
the
gonna,
inside down first.
right, that's going to
Okay.
show up better than the outside.
Okay.
It'll puff up, get rounded. And we're going to finish this with butter. Sometimes you'll see this shoe fly. You'll see this dish. If you make a roux, you can make a sauce ahead of time. A place, or you can do it at home as well if you know how to do it. You know, could get a sauce in a steam table, and they don't have to. You know, if they sell a lot of this sort of thing.
Right.
We don't, so we make it to to order. But we're getting this pan hot again. We've got our ingredients over here. We're gonna have a little fresh lemon juice, some clam
that's
juice,
what that is.
some white wine, and that's all it is. It's a pretty simple dish, but you just you got to have each step happen right. So we're going to put the floured shrimp that we split, and when you're splitting the shrimp, I did fail to mention that. I mean, notice we've split it all down into the tail area, Sometimes people don't they don't cut it there, the thing starts curling up on you.
Oh.
You want to really lay it out flat, you know, and feel like you really split the shrimp. It's very important. We're getting that pan hot again. You know, we don't want it. You want this pan pretty hot. A little more oil in that one than usual. We're not going to brown it. See, we're not going to brown the cutlets to the bottom of the pan, so we're not going to create the base of a sauce. So we're going to have to create that ourselves. I'll show you how to do that. You know, it's just a different way of doing it. It's not the best, but it is. You can get away with it. As long as we're going to end up taking some of these flour pieces, butter pieces, and pinching them in the flour and just whisking it in quickly. And it'll bring us. It's not something that could sit for a period of time. You'd have to eat it right away. It separates the butter and the flour, but for a minute or two, it won't. We'll get that pan pretty hot. Hope we have time for our chicken Milanese.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have 3 dishes.
We may not.
Oh, gosh.
We'll see.
Yeah, the clock is ticking.
Right, I got to keep
Well,
my
we'll
mouth
see.
shut and start cooking here. Hey, well, we're young. That's a nice temperature.
Oh, yes. Just right.
All right, we're going to cook those bad boys up. Let me clean my patties off here.
Oh, and those are really coming through nicely. They're
Aren't they nice
golden.
shrimp?
They're
Yeah.
yeah, the shape is beautiful too.
And like I said, if you know, I challenge you to undercook this. You probably can't. The chicken, you want to have it done all the way. But something like the shrimp or a flounder, sole, you know. Excuse me.
Less is more, or less is better.
Right. You want to miss this stuff on the short side. I like to add a little shallot to this. I have a little minced shallot over here. We
well,
start
that's
our vodka sauce with.
Nice and mild.
Gonna add that
Little
white
sweet.
wine again. Gonna add a little touch of fresh lemon juice. You don't want to overdo it. I've got some clam juice or fish stock. And we're gonna get that going. See if I have enough. All that stock in there. All right. Well, that's
Okay.
reducing. We're gonna take that butter. I guess first I could put this on the plate. Put our shrimpies up there. Wipe the area down. I'm gonna take a piece of this butter. And you want the butter, this is starting to get soft, but I'm just gonna take the butter and pinch it into the flour. Like that.
Okay.
And if it's not enough, I'll just get some more. I want to keep this at a minimum. And I'll put it in now. I'm going to whisk this around.
And that will just lightly thicken it up a little bit.
Right. I don't want to go
The butter
crazy
with the
here.
flour.
I did forget to put a little salt and pepper in. I can see I need another piece. It should have started happening right away, and it didn't.
Okay.
A little pinch. Just try to minimize the flour. And again, we'd be putting this on a very hot plate.
Okay.
We have these heating lamps up here. It gets this sizzling. Sizzling, I tell you.
So you just have to keep your plate in the oven at home then.
Yeah. If you want to, I always recommend that. You're right, Greg. Have those plates in the oven because, a lot of times at home you're going to lose a little time as well.
Well, I go out all the time, Dan. Visiting you's easier.
I'm going to strain this, get some of the shrapnel out of here, the pieces of the shallot. And occasionally you get some, if you're not careful, some of the egg from the pan. I'm just going to put a very simple garnish on here. I'll just maybe put the lemon slice into the parsley a little bit.
Oh, that's nice.
Something like that. Put that there. I could go Johnny Paprika for a third. Could be overkill. Let's see.
No, it's
Not
good,
really.
it's
That
good.
works. That works.
As long as it's a very light dusting.
Right.
That's good.
And that's a shrimp francaise.
Pretty.
All right, we're going to do our last dish here. And word has it, we better pick up the pace here.
Oh boy.
Got this pan hot. I'm putting
Oh,
a
yeah,
nice,
that's nice and hot.
really nice olive oil in here. We got our breaded chicken cutlets. I flattened them once again. I put them in a little flour and egg, and put some of our homemade breadcrumbs
Oh yeah.
on them.
That's a good way to go.
Right. That's a
Now,
good
how
thing.
did you season them?
I just add a little salt and pepper and some garlic and some Parmesan and some parsley.
Okie doke.
You start getting too crazy, you're getting these odd spices in here. I hear that all the time when somebody was seasoning something, that they had oregano, thyme, or basil, some of these spices
Why
that
would you mix
it
that
just
all
really,
together? Yeah, that-
things that take the dish in a whole nother direction.
Yeah, that's
But we're
kind
just
of
gonna
overwhelming.
get this pan nice and hot like you see. We got that nice olive oil. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Back at the ranch?
Meanwhile, we're going to whip up a little arugula salad while that's cooking.
Oh, great.
I'm going to put that on top. I love this stuff. Get a little arugula in there. Got some Bermuda onion we've sliced.
Oh, there's nothing like fresh arugula.
I don't want too much onion in here.
The red onion is my favorite.
All right, that's a good
Love
dish.
that.
It's mostly arugula. Add a little of that in. I'm going to put some, how are we doing over here? Gotta have that pan a tad hotter. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Got a little vinaigrette dressing here.
We'll
The
shake
vinegar's
that
at
up
the
a little
bottom.
bit.
Yep. Gonna toss that in there. See how the chicken's coming. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, you get that flavor coming out of it with that brown color. You know, there's a big difference between, once again, browning and burning. We'll get the salad, we'll toss it around here. Try to add the ingredients to something like this twice. If you feel like it's too dry, add a little more. I go through this with my wife, my mother-in-law. We have a party on Sunday afternoon that salad. I don't want to dress the salad too quickly. Last second, thank you.
Well, you
No,
know
it
what
gets
happens,
very
doesn't it?
soggy.
Yeah, it gets soggy, and then it's kind of like it's in soup instead of what it should be.
Yeah, but some people just want, that's the way, some people just care for it that way. Alrighty, we got that really nicely flavored. These breadcrumbs are seasoned as well. And that nice olive oil is in there. I'm going to put this on our board first so I don't get oil all over the pan. Place our cutlets around. I could add a little lemon zest to this, but I've been
Ooh.
backing away from that.
Have
It
you?
really takes the flavor in another direction, I feel. You can always squirt a little more dressing on top if that's what floats your boat. Put a nice heaping helping here.
Oh, that arugula is just heavenly.
Isn't that
wow,
nice?
Yes.
You guys are going to have a fun lunch today.
Oh, that is nice.
We always have a fun lunch for you, Dan.
And I've got some Parmesan cheese out here. And if I can find my little
Let me find the grate there. it
grater
is.
here. I'm
There
going
we
to try
go.
these bigger slices right here. See how that comes out. I do have a couple more of these. I just happened to grab this little twinker. And here it
Oh,
is.
that's all you need.
Yeah, get a few of these nice Parmesan slices. I love this thing calls for a pepper mill so badly, so badly. I should have garnished the outside of this dish before I got going. But then again, there is a lot of color in it.
Yeah,
Maybe
there
it's
is a lot
something
of
we
that.
just leave the white around the perimeter
I
this
say
time.
That, yep.
Okay, there's our
Keep it simple.
chicken Milanese.
Folks, rock. Wow, let's rock.
Let's rock and roll, baby.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us in the dining room as we wrap up what we did in the kitchen. Dan, take it away.
The chicken Milanese, breaded chicken, sauteed, nice olive oil, arugula salad tossed on top. Get out of here, you dog! This fly is just driving me nuts. And we have a shrimp franchise we did with a little shallot,
That's
white
beautiful.
wine, and lemon sauce.
Nice and golden.
And the chicken Florentine, which is similar to a veal saltimbocca. We didn't sear the prosciutto into the chicken, and we used a different wine for a reduction, but it's very similar. But it's a little chicken Florentine there as well.
Okay, well, we're excited. I mean, we're ready to eat. Really looking
Manja.
forward to it. Yeah,
Get
I'm
the
kind of
espresso
hungry today.
machine on, right?
There you go. Folks, thanks for joining us this evening on Cooking with Dan Lezzi. We will see you again next week.